Europe. You know, that thing Belgium is in. If you've watched the news at all lately, you cannot have missed what has been happening there.
Europe's migrant crisis is getting worse by the day.
A migrant crisis spiraling out of control.
Hundreds of thousands of asylum seekers are risking everything.
A human wave washing over Europe's southern shores.
Hundreds of thousands of migrants have streamed into Europe, the largest influx there since the end of World War II.
Wow, the largest since the end of World War II. And remember, millions of people back then were searching both for a better life and for the booth where it was rumoured you could slap dead Hitler. And look, the scale of this story can be hard to get your head around. Hundreds of thousands of people are on the move just within Europe, and another 4 million are being hosted in Turkey, Lebanon and Jordan. And when numbers get that high, they can be hard to comprehend. It's like when someone tells you the size of the audience of NCIS New Orleans. 17 million people? How's that even possible? How many Navy-based crimes could there possibly be in New Orleans? This doesn't make any sense. And when you are dealing with a mass of people that large, you really want to be a little careful with how you describe them. Unfortunately, David Cameron, noted alleged swine fellatio enthusiast, recently referred to a swarm of people coming across the Mediterranean. And that language matters, because a swarm of anything sounds terrifying, no matter what it is. If I hear there are a lot of kittens coming my way, I'm going to be delighted. But if I hear there is a swarm of kittens approaching, I'm grabbing a shotgun and I'm getting to high ground, because I'm not going to let those furry fuckers take me alive. And here in the US, some in the media have chosen to reduce the migrant population to one simple stereotype.
A new video surfaces online showing why some are worried Europe is opening its doors to potential terrorists. Those are reportedly Muslim refugees on a train in Europe chanting Allah Akbar, or God is great. Now, to be clear, we're not saying that any of those people are terrorists or in any way affiliated with a terror group, but it does highlight just how many of these refugees who are fleeing violence in Iraq and Syria are Muslim.
Okay. First, you don't get to claim that you're not calling those people terrorists when your lower third says terrorists inbound, ? If you are really not saying they're terrorists, maybe change that to something more accurate, like people take train. Or some wear hats, others less so. And second, describing that as a new video that sheds light on the migrant crisis is a little misleading, because in researching this story, we found a version of that same video uploaded onto YouTube back in 2010, well before this migrant crisis even began. And if you are going to use misleading old footage to try and make people frightened of Muslims, why stop there? Just go the whole way and use a clip from True Lies.
Now, to be clear, we're not saying that any of those people are terrorists or in any way affiliated with a terror group, but it does highlight just how many of these refugees who are fleeing violence in Iraq and Syria are Muslims.
That's only about 10% more racist than what you did.